Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Friday, September 13th, 2024. I, of course, am with Originator Success here, the daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you guys get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to give me hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. If you're watching the replay and you want to jump forward, go right ahead. Otherwise, we like to enjoy the beginning of the show and say hi to everybody. Remember, whether you're here live or on the replay, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, tag an LO friend, smash that like button, share us in a group, all that good stuff. Also, if you'd like to sign up for a free email lock advice, send out an email each and every weekday morning. You can sign up using this cool QR code here. You just take your phone and point it at that little thing and bloop, there you go. Or you can go to www.ratelockadvice.com. Also share that with your friends. Also, you can sign up for our text alerts, www.ratetextalerts.com. If you want to check us out there, you can also sign up for a text reminder that I'm going live, which I send out each and every weekday morning. Those are absolutely free. Those are hmmr.io/reminder or this other QR code. Last but not least, although I love talking about rates and pricing each and every weekday morning, remember, what we do here is help you get loans from Google and social media. Check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Find out how we can do that for you and help you to get some business. Let's say hi to our live folks here this morning. James Mahan, good morning, sir. First on, Megan Lindberg, good morning. Brandy Brickler, great to have you here, my friend. Hope all is well in your world. Who else is here this morning? Go ahead and say good morning. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the other stuff and take a look here. First, quick recap what happened yesterday. Let me change screens. We'll pull that up again here. So what happened yesterday? Go here. Take a look. Bonds lost a little bit of ground yesterday. They were kind of down negative on the day. Really ended the day about the same. Nothing to get worried about, but nothing to get excited about either. This morning, we're up a few basis points. Rate sheet should be a little bit better than yesterday, but not anything amazing. Nothing to get too excited about there. Hold on. I'm going to switch to this one. There you go. So rate sheets today a little bit better than yesterday. Bonds are starting with small gains. We were basis points. Now they're only up a couple of basis points, but arguably because of the small pivot in the Fed rate cut expectations for September. Let me tell you more about that. So let's get over here and we'll do the side by side. I wonder how that'll work. Oh, I can't see it if I do that. You know what? We're just going to go to the full screen. There you go. Okay, so let's get rid of this. All right, so taking a look here, the advice remains as it has been, all the same stuff. Cautiously float anything closing near term, float all the rest, right? All that good stuff. But let's take a look here at what I wanted to show you. So 5 things to start your day. Even Bloomberg talked about this, right? Fed debate. Treasuries are higher. The dollar is weakening as investors continue to debate what size of interest rate cuts the Fed Reserve is likely to deliver next week. When you click on that article and we take a look at that, we can see here the headline: traders see 40% chance of a half-point rate cut by the Fed next week. Move follows Wall Street Journal report on policymakers debating scale of cut. Treasuries have rallied as investors digest the need to hedge. And I said, 40%? It wasn't 40% yesterday, it was 15%. And then I came over here and I went, hot diggity dog, look at this. And again, just yesterday, we could see there was a huge, even at the end of the day, it slipped a little, but it was about 75% to 25% this morning. Look at that. Big difference. And changing every moment. Look at this. There is now just a penny on the other side, 51% expectation probability that we could see a half-point rate cut. And yesterday was all but locked up that we were going to see a quarter-point cut at this meeting. And it was nice and calm. I even talked about that yesterday. And what happened, it was this article. Let me find it. Here you go. This article here by Nick Timros. Now, if y'all remember, Nicky T is considered to be what they call the Fed whisperer. And when an article like this comes out, there are a lot of traders that believe that Powell and company are feeding Nick kind of some information to set the stage since they are on a black. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to all of that, but Nick Timros, he basically highlights in the article, is the Fed going to start small or begin big. I see the alliteration there. I would have gone with start bigger or be small. I like to break that up. I see where they went there. And it's basically they're confronting questions over whether to cut by a traditional quarter point or larger half a point. And they go through the article and they kind of talk about why some things might be the way they are, et cetera, et cetera. But the real thing here is this really did, when they came out with this article, they said it was a 40% chance of a rate cut. And then now we just saw it's a 51% chance of a half point rate cut. So markets now pricing that in up, and it just swung the other direction. Look at this, just a live feed here. Now, that in theory, if we were to expect if bonds and traders, the probabilities are there, but we're not seeing it play out in bonds. Mortgage-backed securities did not make a big jump. We're not up 20, 25 basis points. We didn't even see a big dip here in the 10-year Treasury. We did see a dip. We were at 3.68 yesterday to end the day. Right here, 3.675, rounded up to 3.8, right? But we're still at 3.66. So even though I'm seeing it here, I'm not really seeing it play out here. And this is what affects rate sheets. So the good news is if we were to see a cut at the next meeting, hold on, I'm switching over. If we were to see that half point rate cut, it would absolutely send mortgage rates improving. So who knows? Maybe it opens the door for the possibility. And this is why we want to go ahead and continue to float heading into next week. There's really no reason you want to be locking at all. Now I know Ron Siegel's just pulling my leg, y'all. Here he is. He was here a bit late for this morning is National Bald is Beautiful Day, right? Woo! Yes, I am not wearing a cowboy hat this morning. We had the bike packed so to the gills. I didn't really have room to put one that wasn't going to get squished all up, and I didn't have one that I felt like squishing all up. So I am going with the Bald is Beautiful look for today. As I come to you from Kentucky, by the way, in Middleborough, I think it's called Middleborough, or National Peanut Day. Love me some peanuts. Who else likes peanuts? Let me know in the comments if y'all eat peanuts. Remember when they used to serve peanuts on the airplane? Let me know in the comments if you remember when they used to serve peanuts in the airplane. Now they won't do that because they're afraid they could kill somebody. But anyway, when it comes to where we're going with all this other stuff, though, just to keep it in perspective, again, the door is open for us to see improvement next week if we at that Fed meeting. So it's kind of where we've been. There's really not a lot to continue talking about, but it definitely is interesting that one article in the Wall Street Journal by the right voice had that much of an effect on Wall Street. It's almost like Nick Timros is the Taylor Swift of Wall Street Journal. Sean said he remembers when the airplane had ashtrays. Smoking was banned, but they still had the ashtrays. I remember that. I remember when that was there. People used to stuff little things in the ashtrays. I do remember that too. That was funny. So good morning, Gina, Rob, Deb Dickinson, Monica Dinkins. Good morning also. Anyway, that's where we're at, y'all. Definitely don't want to be locking. Anyone got any good plans for the weekend? I am going to stay at a Bourbon Barrel. Hopefully avoid the rain that was coming through the area. Anybody at Fuse? I'm curious. Let me know. Monica remembers. Not a peanut lover. I love peanuts, Monica. I'll eat yours. Anybody got any fun plans for the weekend? Anybody in Fuse? Just curious. So me, like I said, I'll be staying in a Bourbon Barrel, and I'll be coming to you guys from another hotel on Monday. So. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. You guys tell me what you got going on your weekend. But otherwise, it should be, again, just to reiterate one more time, rate sheets today should be a little bit better than yesterday. Not a lot, but a little. Bonds are starting out with a little bit of gains, arguably because of the small pivot and the idea that the Fed will cut rates. Reprice risk on the day is low. It's very unlikely we see a lot of anything we got to be concerned about. And the last part is that rates will likely hold steady as we go into next week and get into the Fed meeting. And then I think we're going to see rates drop. So that puts us in a position where we want to go ahead and continue to float. I think that the meeting next week is going to help rates continue to move lower. So definitely stay on there. Ron missed my entire presentation. Yeah, it was a short one today, Ron. I had talked about did you see the article? Did you see the article, Ron? Yeah, picking on my internet connection. I'm getting fiber next week, Friday of next week, I believe. I should be getting fiber internet at home. That'll be awesome. So, but it doesn't help when I'm on the road. Anyway, did you see the article from Nikki Timmeross? That's what we were talking about here. I'll flip over. The Fed Whisper. This article shook things up. Where is it? Here it is. This article shook things up, Ron, and take a look at how the probabilities we were talking. Every time I refresh this, it was just 51% to the other side. But now it's 53% to the side. So basically a coin flip now between a half point or quarter point rate cut, all based on the whisperings of the Fed whisperer. So that's kind of what we were going over. Yeah. Tuesday, Nick Timmeross downplayed a jumbo cut by the Fed next week. And today, now Wednesday, he cited John Foss, former senior advisor. I don't think we're in a spot that really shouts out for preemptive 50. Yeah, I think in this article, tweet from Nick, Fed Reserve's preferred PC gauge was in hand. Of course, it's reasonable to initiate with 50 basis points. Yeah, exactly. So he said that. Let me go here. He says all that in this article too. He talks about the where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Fed normally prefers to move in increments of a quarter point. However, sometimes they've gone deeper. The case for going deeper, a larger cut would lead markets to mistakenly assume the Fed plans to cut rates by the same amount at meetings in November and December is a bit of a concern. Esther George, let's see. Yeah, FOMC, blah, 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 blah. Talked about last week's jobs report and the weakening there. And here he is. So here is Donald Cohn, former Fed vice chair, and comments from him. So yeah, same thing. It's his comments. He kind of brings in everybody else. So all right, my friends. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for joining me, Siegel. Great to see you. Oh, let's see the last thing that I want to see what. Hi, Lisa. Great to see you there. Thank you. Per DDB to my former Fed insider, down my foot. There's always a reason for a leak. We just might not know what it is today. We should, however, be mindful the Fed plays more than one role. Motivations can come from outside the realm of macroeconomics. Yeah, I definitely think that there's a little bit of playing going on here. So, but we'll see. Bottom line, as far as what it's going to have on mortgage rates, rates are going to improve either way, no matter what all this little drama stuff is going on. We're in a position where rates can improve, so that's good to see. All right, y'all. Well, anyway, that extended my time out a little bit more, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend, and bye-bye.